Join the Rangers, the Royals, and the City of Surprise tonight at 7 p.m. here at Surprise Stadium for the 5th annual Surprise Spring Training 5K Run, presented by Hearn Valley Pediatrics Dentistry of Hernandez. To register for the Spring Training 5K, head to the check-in table at the Hernandez is the official health partner of Surprise Stadium and honored to care for the Surprise community. Hernandez Web Medical Center is dedicated to a high-tech
everywhere. You from St. Louis?
Be sure you stop by the Legends Memorabilia Collection Silent Auction located behind home plate on the main concourse. Check out a great selection of autographed baseballs, jerseys, bats, and one-of-a-kind items like for bid or purchase. Today's auction ends after the 4th inning. If you're still not one defensive change for the Giants is in now at shortstop, number 86, Anderson Manaea.
How's camp gone so far?
So far, so good. Really enjoying a lot of the veterans, just hanging out with them and kind of picking brains and trying to figure out some stuff. It's been fun working with Greg and Mike and trying to just make the most of my opportunities.
Yeah, Greg Maddux, obviously, Hall of Fame pitcher. Now Mike's going to be here long term, Greg here just for the spring, but what have your experiences been with Mike so far?
So far, they've been great. We've been sitting down doing reviews of games after outings, talking with Greg on pitching in or different philosophies, and kind of trying to pick their brain on, okay, what do you see on this at bat? What do you see when I throw a ball here? And trying to just learn from what they see with all the experience they have and translate it to making the right pitch the next time I face the guy.
You mentioned the veterans. Who are some of the guys that you've kind of attached yourself to, or guys who have provided some wisdom that have helped you?
Sure. Ian's been big on, not necessarily directly to me, but just generally listen to conversations he has, and then been hanging out with Dom and Zach Littell, Jacob Barnes, so some guys that have some time and just really just getting to know them and watching how they go about their business.
You know, you're a side armor. Not a lot of guys, it seems like, around the league are these days, and not really here in this clubhouse. So, we always hear like lefties talk about, hey, like Martine and Cole Reagans can share some advice. But is it tougher for you because there's not that guy who's also a side armor that you can go, hey, like, what do you do here, or how does this work, or is it interesting talking to guys who have all different types of pitching styles?
I think both. It can be difficult to find information. Like if I wanted to see how a new pitch would play, it's hard to go watch a guy and see how he throws it. I do have Darren O'Day's contact, so that's been big, bouncing ideas off him. He's got, he just retired, but he had such a long career and such a great career, and so it's been cool to ask him questions, see what he thinks. But it's also interesting just to see how other guys operate. Like you can learn a lot from anybody. It's the same type of stuff, just from a different angle. So I've learned a lot from just about anybody, both arm slots.
Okay, your major at Alabama is something like super smart. What was it again? Some engineering, aerospace, or biomechanical? What was it?
It was aerospace engineering and mechanics.
Okay, what was your idea? Like, if you weren't playing baseball, were you going to use that? And if so, like, what was the mindset?
Originally, I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to join the military and be a pilot. And then as I started playing baseball, I realized I didn't like flying too much. And so then it turned into more like, okay, I'm halfway through my degree. I'll just go be, an engineer at, Lockheed Martin or Boeing or something like that, working with planes but not having to fly them. And then the better I got at baseball, the worse at school I kind of got. So if I had to use it now, I would want to do something in like the biomechanics lab or with the data guys. So at least using numbers and thinking like that, but staying in the game of baseball.
And then, are you like a nervous flyer, or you just don't love it? Like, do we have to like watch out for you and like not get near you? What's it like on the plane?
I'm just not a huge fan. Not necessarily nervous. I just prefer to get in my seat and buckle up and take a nap and keep the anxiety to a minimum.
Awesome. Thanks, Chase. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Good. All right, Jonathan, how's camp gone so far?
It's been pretty good, Been working on a lot of things with pitching coach and his brother, Greg. So it's been really good. And based on my results on the games, my 2 games hasn't been the best, but I'm trying to make the adjustments to the clock and all that kind of stuff. I was a low pace pitcher. Now I had to be a little bit more quick and all that kind of stuff. But just had to make adjustments.
How is that process coming for you? Do you feel like you're getting more comfortable with the clock, or is there a lot of work that you've got to, put in the lab to try and get more comfortable?
Yeah, it's something that is new for all of us. We can take advantage of it like the hitter does. And, yesterday was the first time that I can, see the clock and think what I was doing and all that kind of stuff. The first time I pitched, it was going pretty fast. And, yesterday was the first time that I feel that I was in control with the clock at the same time. So.
You mentioned Greg Maddux and new pitching coach Mike Maddux and working with both of them, but what can you tell us about what it's been like with Mike so far?
It's been really good, man. He's a really good person, and since day one, he just told me like, hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna work on this, and that's what we have been doing since the offseason in Texas. And now we just pick it up a little bit more. And his brother is here; he's helping too. So, he's helping me with my 2-seam honor too, and my PFP and all that kind of stuff. So it's been really good.
Greg Maddux has a lot of Gold Gloves. You know how many he has?
18.
Very good. Wow. All right, 1 for 1. Bruce Bochy has mentioned a number of times he wants this to be a pitching-centric team. His World Series winners in San Francisco all had great rotations and bullpens. So what's it been like for you with Bruce Bochy?
It's been really good. We talked a couple times, and he's a great manager, great person, and I'm just looking forward to the season start to get close to him.
Does his voice scare you? It's a very deep voice.
Yeah, it's a really deep voice, and he's quiet sometimes, and then when he talks, it's kind of you can feel that voice coming out. So
Who are some of the guys who have stepped up and maybe taken on a leadership role, either specifically amongst the relievers or just the pitching staff in general?
on the pitching staff, I talk a lot with Nate, Ivaldi, and Martin. I've been talking lately with DeGrom too, and they're really cool guys, and we're just trying to be together in everything that we do, and I feel like that's one of the best parts on it.
Will Luka win the scoring title this year?
Say it again?
Will Luka win the scoring title?
Maybe.
Well, that's not a good answer. I need a yes or a no. Let's not ride the fence here.
Well, I mean, he's the top scorer right now, but I will say yes.
Okay.
Be careful because some guys are close and they can score too. So.
Well, and one of those guys is playing the Mavs tonight, Joel Embiid.
Oh yeah. So here we go.
Damian Lillard got a lot of good stuff, but I just need an answer. All right. How many playoff rounds will the Mavs go?
I hope they go to the finals, but they have to go through pretty good teams, and their defense is not being the best right now. But
Been pretty bad.
yeah, it can be better. But they can. That's a team that can score a lot of points. So let's hope they can do it.
Who is
They
your?
can score more than the other team. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can get some stops. Who's your favorite Mav other than Luka?
Kyrie.
Okay, Johnny. Thanks so much.